Right then guys, welcome back to Wandering Soul Adventures. What we said we were going to look at in one of the previous videos is how we set up our fires. I think somebody had asked about it in some of the comments before. So we'll give you a bit of a rundown of how we do a fire. We like to keep ours really small, so you usually see probably that, you know, a foot in diameter. We don't need a big raging fire. It's usually to cook our meals. So let's get on with it then. First thing we need is to find a bit of ground. Usually away from a tree, away from the roots, and we need to be able to clear it out. So join us in a minute and we'll show you how we do that. So we need to be grabbing then some dead wood. I don't tend to try and take anything from the trees. What I'll find is anything dead standing, dried out. Now it has been wet and raining, but as you can see, because this has been on the floor and these have all been in the air, it's quite dry. So we'll use this for our tinder bundle. And what I'll do in a minute is go around, find some deadfall, make sure we've got some dry timber, and section it up. I think there's a bit of a saying, isn't there? Collecting firewood keeps you warm 3 times. So it's collecting it, chopping it, and burning it. So come back to me in a minute and we'll have a little pile. Right guys, so first things first, what you want to do is set up a bit of a base. So I always chop the logs, always start with something on the ground, nice dry wood. And what you can do if you've got some timber that's slightly wet, have it around the outside, bit of a fire break, but also it's going to dry it out. I think I've said earlier today, it's already been raining, but this wood's quite dry. If it was wet, what I'd probably do is split it, get to that dry wood on the inside, because it doesn't matter if the bark's wet, the hardwood inside is dry. So split it and use it that way. We've got no need to do that right now. So next thing we need to do is get our tinder bundle. We've already got some tinder. I'm going to go and find some birch bark. Right, so we found some birch, not too far away from our fire actually. Wood's really rotten. You could tell it's fallen down and broken for a reason, but actually the bark is really, really flammable. And if you see on there, all that pink and red is all resin. Now you can set fire to that and that'll burn for ages. What you can also do, and I won't do it because my hand's underneath, but you can scrape that with your knife, get a bit of dust, get all the pink stuff, and that's going to really help your fire get going. Good accelerator. Right then, so next thing we do is our fire lighting kit. So me and Ad, when we go out, we've always got a method of lighting. Typically a lighter, and if you go back, Ad's done a bit of a fire lighting kit video, but I always have a striker, so a ferro rod with a bit of a striker on there. Now, we take a few different things with us to get the fire going, because sometimes if it's wet, it can be a bit of a nightmare. So what I have made in here is some of the wood wall firelighters. I don't know if you can see. And I think there's going to be a video coming up where we make those. Dead simple. Don't go out and spend a £5 for a pack. You can make them for virtually nothing out of scraps. And the other thing we've got in here is some fat wood. Now, on the last video, we did show you how to harvest and process the fat wood, so I'm not going to do that today. But what I'm going to do from this is take some scrapings and make some little filings off this. Burns like you wouldn't believe. I think I said last time, 1/2 inch by 1 inch of this burnt for about 3 minutes. Plenty of time for you to get the fire going, get your kindling going. I'll meet you down at the fire. So, another one of the things we said we used before, bit of lint out the tumble dryer. Great for starting fires. Put it under there with your Kindle bundle, ready at hand. And that basically, guys, is ready to go. One of the other things we use, and again, I'd talked about this before, is cotton buds or pads even. Soak these in a bit of wax left in your wax melt, and they burn for ages, but it takes a spark really, really well. I'm just going to put it at the side, and I'm going to show you with the striker, just so you can see how easy it takes a spark. Put some of that kindling to the side. Okay,